CAD JPY on Tuesday, CAD JPY on Tuesday, where he sent so August 3. This particular trade, I want us to look at it. He actually sent this. Okay, this.
That's your screen.
This he actually sent this on August 3. That is on Tuesday. Okay, August 4. On Wednesday, rather. On Wednesday. So let's go back to Wednesday. CAD JPY. This is it. Friday, Monday.
You can't see your screen.
You can't see my screen. Okay,
No.
I not share actually. I'm sorry. All right, you can see it now.
Yes, I can.
Now, this is the first day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now, this is what happened at the end of the week. This is what happened at the end of the week. Now, what do we see? On Wednesday, Michael posted this. Yes, this is it. He posted this. The price is going to go back to the NA, then sell. What did I reply him? I guess I replied the message. I don't know whether he's here or. I guess I replied the message. Okay, I replied the message in the WhatsApp group. You know, I replied him in the WhatsApp group. Now, this is it. We actually have this. Yeah. Michael was assuming that price will come down here, go up to this place, then drop down. Now,
I see the screen.
You can't see my screen.
Okay, I'm seeing it now.
Good. Good. Now, Michael assumed that prices, we are actually reviewing this Michael's trade on CAD JPY. So Michael assumed that price is going to go back up to this particular key level area, that is the moving average, of which he is right. And do what? And drop. Now, who can tell me why did price not drop from this point? Just answer the question, then we'll move on.
Maybe the cost wasn't formed.
That is the key level area. Why? Why is it that price did not drop from that point?
I think there was no cost now formed there.
There was no
cost for reversal or for.
God bless you. There's actually a cost, but I love the word there is no cost for a reversal. So that is the final answer. There was never a cost. Now let's go down to this particular. This is 4 hours main time frame. Let's go to the 30 minutes. Let's go to the 30 minutes. Look at it. There was never a cost in the 30 minutes. Look at it. Instead, price absorbed at this particular top. They will have an absorption instead. Price absorbed. We are supposed to see something like this, very sharp. Look at it. This one was very sharp. At this level, it dropped price. But in this particular place, it was not sharp. Now, let's even go down to 5 minutes time frame to see if that cost is actually valid. Look at it. This is 5 minutes time frame. There is no cost at all. There is no cost at all. Price refused to break market structure at the end of 30 minutes time frame. There was no break in market structure. There was no break in market structure at all. There was no break in market structure at all for Michael's trade on the 30 minutes time frame. There was no break in market structure. And instead, what did price do? Price actually did what? Instead, it did our breakout strategy. It did our breakout strategy. And what did it do? It broke out from this point. Look at it. It breaks out from this point. Now, I told you, when we have a breakout, we have to go down to the what? The next primary time frame moving average. Look at it. It's Taiwan or Taiwan 2. It came down to 30 minutes. Look at it. This is the breakout. It came down back to the 30 minutes time frame level here. 30 minutes time frame level. Now, go down to the entry time frame for our what? A course, a divergence, a creation of course, a break in market structure, then price push up. Then we have a push in price. The creation of course. We have a push in price. They broke market structure. They went higher. Do we see it?
Yes, sir.
They broke market structure. They went higher. It's so simple. They broke market structure. They pushed price very higher. So if there is no break in market structure, why are you exiting the trade? There's no confirmed break in market. Why are you exiting? There is no cause for a retracement. Why are you exiting the trade? It's as simple as this. Now, I will now go fully into the daily price model. Engineer, have you sent your chart on Telegram?
So I've not sent it. I couldn't get it. I made it, but I will
Please,
I take. I will try to.
I would love us to do that.
Then,
now, please.
There's the challenge I have with my this thing. I don't know why, especially on the it rubs off my lines when I draw lines on it. It does rub off. I don't know why.
Just know that I need that chart so I can see your mistake. Now let's go back to our chart. Is that noise? Where is it coming from? All right. Now let's go down to the daily model. Now for this daily model, I'll be making use of Great Britain USD because it is Great Britain USD that Joseph Alabi posted and Neyu, they traded Great Britain USD, and this is actually the trade I'm talking about. This particular trade. This one. All right, this is it. Great Britain USD. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing my chart? This is Great Britain USD, right? Now this is on 02/08/21. That is at 12:48 p.m. on Monday. On Monday. Now let's go to Monday. I will show us the model now. Let's go to Monday. On Monday, 02/01, 02 rather. This is Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, 02. This is it. This particular bar here, 02. Now, if you notice, what did they do here? The entry was not from the 15 minutes time frame. Please take notes. Are you seeing it? 15 minutes, right? But the entry is from the 5 minutes time frame. Now, before I talk about the daily model, let me now share whiteboard. Now we want to talk about the daily model. Can you see the whiteboard?
Yes.
The daily sell model. Now, in this daily sell model, one thing I need you to understand is this. At the end of the day, at the beginning of the day, price is going to move to a key level area. Your key level area. Now, your key level area can be above that particular bar opening price. Opening price above it, or it can be yesterday high. Remember, we are selling yesterday high. Now it can be your moving average level. Now it can be after a breakout of that particular close, our price closed for the last day. Just, you know, our key level area. Now, but the important two is this. It all boils down to these two. Above that opening price of that particular day bar or yesterday high. Now, when they spot their key level area, this is what they will do. Now, let's assume that price is going down. Now, in going down, price moves back up. Now they form a particular candle here, a particular bullish candle here. Now the next day, please, I don't like that noise. That noise is, I don't like where the noise is coming from. Now the next day, what did they do? The next day, look at, I want your focus to be around this place. I want your focus to be around this particular bar. Now, what you will do is this. At that particular last day bar, on the daily time frame, pick your close. This is the close, right? Now you pick your close. Now in picking your close, the next thing you want to watch out for is this. The next thing you want to watch out for is this. The next thing you want to watch out for is this. On the daily time frame, this is it. On the daily time frame, just put your close. Remember, we want to sell. Now, this particular place you are looking to sell must be a key level area, and it must be either an order block region or our moving average region, or wherever we see a breakout region. Now, what they will do is this. When you spot your daily time frame, remember, the first thing you want to note is this. Price must be on a key level area, on a key level area. On the main time frame, which is the daily. This is the daily model. Now, what they do is this. You know, some of us, like I said, whenever we see a weekly time frame setup, I say we'll wait for a weekly time frame close bar. I need a sharp reply, please. I said we'll wait for a weekly time frame close whenever we see a weekly time frame setup.
Yes, yes.
Good. Now, what will you be doing if you saw the setup on Monday? You don't have to wait for the whole week, right?
Yes.
You must take trade. You don't have to wait for the whole week. You must take trade. Now, what they will do is this. Since it's now, for example, you saw a daily setup, daily time frame setup, the daily. What you now want to do is this. You will have to take the daily time frame setup out. Then you will now start from 4 hours. You have to look at 4 hours, 30 minutes, and the what? And the 5 minutes. The 5 minutes is your action points. Now, when you spot this thing, just go to your daily time frame. You go to your daily time frame, spot the daily high. Now, what they will do is this. If they open, let's say they open, and now you know this is the closing price. Yeah, they close around this point. This is where they close, right?
Yes, yes.
Good. Now, what they will do is this. They are going to open at that, let's say they open here. Now, in opening here, they will push price up. They will push price up, going back to the daily high. Or they will go above the opening price. Can you see? They go above the opening price, or they go back to the yesterday daily high. Then they will now form their divergence at this point before the market London section. Form their divergence, break market structure, then they will drop.
Okay.
AMD, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. They accumulate at this point, manipulate at the top, then they drop it. You get the point?
All right, all right.
Now, let's go down to, let me now share my screen. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. Let me go back again. Let me go back again so people can understand what I'm saying. I can hear you.
Can you just briefly turn on? I was able to just log on now. Can you just briefly say something about this page before you move on?
All right, I said for the daily sell model, they will always hunt price to a key level area. Now, the key level area can be above the opening price of that particular day, or yesterday high, or the moving average, or the breakout region. Now, after this is the first thing I said, this particular region here. Now, the next thing is the time frame involved. This is the daily time frame we are looking at to trade on Monday. But we cannot wait for a Monday time frame to close before we take our trade. So we are going to scrap the daily time frame. You understand?
Yeah.
So our focus will not be what? The 4 hours,
4
30
hours.
minutes downward, 4 hours downward. But we cannot say 4 hours downward. We have
Okay.
to select the 4-hour time frame sequence, which is the 4 hours, 30 minutes, and the 5 minutes. So for the day,
5
we are
minutes.
making use of what? 4 hours, 30 minutes, and
4
what?
hours,
5
30
minutes.
minutes.
Now, if it's the
5
weekly
minutes.
time, yeah, 5 minutes. If it's the weekly time frame, we are making use of what? Daily,
For
1
daily,
hour.
1 hour.
1 hour,
You understand? And what?
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
If it is the monthly, you are making use of what? Weekly.
Daily, weekly, daily.
Weekly 4 hours. Don't forget the weekly.
4 hours, sorry.
Then
4
30
hours.
minutes.
30 minutes.
You get the point?
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
what they will do is this. After you selected this your days, your time frame to work with for the day, then you will now go to your daily time frame. Like I said, price is going to be in a key level area on your daily time frame level. It must be on a key level area.
Okay.
Now, the key level area,
Okay.
once price form that, let's say it goes up and want to sell, it is not going to form this particular bar here. Now, in forming this bar, what happened? We noticed something.
This one you're saying now is on the 4 hours.
Now, this one now is still on the daily trend. This is a daily trend. This is a daily trend. I'm trying to show us a trend in the daily. Let me clean this first, okay? And try again. Now, on the daily time frame, price is already dropping. Then we have a retracement on the daily time frame. Now, they get to a key level area. And this is the last bullish bar for that particular key level area. Now, what you are going to do is this. This is your key level area. Come up here and select. Just put your price, your rectangular line on the watch. This is for the day. On the closing price, the high of yesterday. This is the closing price region and the high of yesterday. So what they will do, money market maker, is this. They will resume the trade in the morning, form their opening price. Now, after they form their opening price, here, what will they do? They will now, either they will drop price more, but they will still go back up, going back to yesterday's high or above their opening price. You know, this is their opening price. Now, this is where their manipulation comes in. While they are going up, they are going to form a divergence for a new course. You get my point?
Yes.
But this divergence will now happen around the 5 minutes time frame. You get?
Okay.
Now, when they form this divergence on the 5 minutes time frame, they will now use the what? Course creation. They will create a course. Remember what I said? They will create a course on that 5 minutes time frame. And in creation of 5 minutes time frame course, what will they do? They will now break it out. Right? Forming their breaking market structure in 5 minutes. Now, when they break it, they will now do what? Retest and drop price for the day. Now, this thing will continue to run until they do the same thing, form another 5 minutes divergence, break it, and do what? Go back up. You get the point?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, let me now go back to the daily time frame. Go back to my screen on Great Britain USD. Now, we are going to do this for 5 days. The whole 5 days that Great Britain USD actually, that we have Great Britain USD for the week. Now, on day 1, on Monday, that is 002. This is it. On day 1 on Monday, price close here. This is on Friday bar. Price close this Friday. Now, what did they do? The key level area here, what is what? Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, what did they do? Look at the opening price here. If I put my cursor at this particular point, you will see the opening price. 1.39023. What did they do? They manipulated price above the opening price. Now, what did I say? We are not going to work with the daily, right? We
Yes.
work with the 4
Yes.
hours, 30 minutes, and the 5 minutes. Now, let's go to the 4 hours. 002. This is it, this particular point. This is where they happened. Now, in the 4-hour time frame, they took price to a key level region. Remember, I told you they are going to take price to a key level region. Now, which key level region is this? Let's go to the 30 minutes and see if it's a key level region in 30 minutes time frame. Now, this is the market structure break.
Market structure level.
Now, they took price back to the market structure level, which is also this particular order block. This particular order block region. This particular order block region. Around this side. Now, if I also want to cut your attention, this is also a fair value gap region. A point of imbalance in the market. Now, what did they do? Now, they've done this. Now, they did this around what? From 4 o'clock to what? 12 p.m. This is what they did. Now, remember I said something. They are going to form it what? Above what? The opening price. If you notice, something significant happened at the end of the week. There is what? A break in 30 minutes divergence. So already they are telling us that they want to sell. We have a break in market structure of 30 minutes. They are telling us they want to sell. Are you getting it?
Yes.
So ours is to join the sell. Now on Monday, we want to join this sell. How are we going to join the sell? They move price higher. Now let's go to the 5 minutes time frame. Remember, this is our opening price. This particular level here. Let me change the color. Let me make it bigger. This is our opening price region. Now let's go to the 5 minutes time frame. Now this is the 5 minutes time frame. What did they do? They took price from here. They ascended up. Now look at it. Very clean and clear. They formed their words. Their divergence. Can you see? Can you see?
Yes.
This is the market structure of the divergence. Now at the end of 30 minutes time frame, did we have a close? Now the close happened where? Yeah. This was where we have the close at the end of 30 minutes time frame. This is the particular bar that closed at the end of 30 minutes time frame. This was the particular bar. This is where we have our close. This particular close here. And that was why the entry was here, around here. Now the entry was around here. Remember I told you something. After a break in market structure, what will they do? Hello, after a break in market structure, what will they do? Are we there?
They will go back to the test.
Good, they will go back to retest. Now, where did they retest here? They went back to retest.
Hello.
I can hear you.
I said they will do after break of structure, they will do AMD now, but they will use any of those 4 entry styles.
After the break in market structure, they are going to go back to retest. They will go back to retest. And look at it. What did they retest here? Let's find out. They came back to retest at this level. This particular level here. This other block region here. That is where they came back to retest. This other block region. Can you look at it? They drop price. So after retesting, they drop price fast. They drop price. But they still came back to do what? To retest. Now, if you even look at your time frame, you map 5 minutes time frame here, you will notice there's another what? There's another divergence here. Are you seeing it?
Okay.
There's another divergence here. And we have the breakout from this market structure here. This was the breakout. And price came back and dropped. Now, this is exactly what happened in that particular chart in the 5 minutes. This is their sell model. This is their sell model. Where is the chart? Yeah, this is their sell model. Their sell model. This is it. Okay, it was even on Euro USD, not Great Britain USD. This is their sell model. Now let us check Euro USD. 02, right? Okay, this is nice. Euro USD 0308. But let me conclude on this. Let's see how they reverse this thing. Now, like I said, we are going to go over each day. Now, the next day.
I want to ask.
Okay.
At what point are we exactly entering? Is it after the break of the structure immediately?
Yeah, after the break of the structure. Once they break structure, you can enter or you wait for the retest. So far your stop loss is above the eye of the structure. Now, the next day, that is this particular day, closes around here. All right, this is 03. The next day is 03. This is 02, 03. Okay, even at this 02, before we get to 02, what did they do? They formed their divergence again. Look at it. They changed their hand, they created a course. Yeah.
Yes.
Can you see?
Exactly.
Let me clean all this, make it naked. Good. Add my RSI. Now, what did they do here? They created another course. They created another course here.
Yeah.
This is the market structure of the course. Now, and they break out on the next day, which is this. What happened on the next day? This is the next day bar. Now, this is the next day bar. Okay, I will create another link and send to us. This is the next day bar on Tuesday. Now, what happened on Tuesday? Let's go back. This is the close of yesterday. Now, since they want to buy, what will they do? They will take price below what? They will take price below their what? Opening price. Below, since they are buying. They will go below. Since they are buying, they will go below. Now, in this particular scenario, what did they do? They actually move below very quickly. Look at the small wick there. Below our yesterday high. Now, look at it in the 5 minutes time frame. Let's trace it. 03. All right, 03. Good. Now, they formed what? They actually formed this. Very quickly. Very quickly. At the beginning, the opening of this particular candle close, they gave us our divergence. This particular candle close, opened at sharp Tuesday bar, and they gave us our divergence. What did they do? They moved below yesterday close. Can you see?
Yes, yes.
They moved below yesterday close, formed their divergence. In forming their divergence, they push price higher. Then they close above market structure at the end of 30 minutes time frame. Where is the 30 minutes time frame? This is the particular bar that close above. Arrow up, this particular bar here. And when we have the close, what did they do? They came back to retest. Look at it. They retest. They gave us back our retest. They gave us back our retest. You grab. They gave us back our retest. And in giving us back our retest, they did what? They pushed price up over 50 pips. Now, assuming you entered from this particular close here, that will be the same 30 pips. So there's no difference, just as a daily model, stepping in 30 pips or so. Now, what did they do? Very quickly, still on that particular day, when they got to this particular top here, they did another thing very quickly. They formed their divergence. This one was very sharp. They formed divergence, very sharp. They formed divergence, very, very sharp. Yeah. They form a very sharp divergence here at this particular top. If I want to see how sharp it is, I can just use, this is my RSI 14. I will now turn my RSI to 7, divide it into 2, then I put it. Now you can see how sharp it is here. Let me remove this indicator. Now they did that. They break market structure here very quickly also. They broke market structure, came back at the end of 30 minutes time frame. At the end of 30, this is what we are looking at now. This is what we are looking at now. At the end of 30 minutes time frame, this is where we have the breakout. Yeah. This is the candle that breaks out. This is the particular candle. We have the breakout here at the end of 30 minutes time frame. Then what happened? Price retraced back up to the order block region, this particular order block. And we have another what? We have another drop. They did this 2 drop within 2 days, in 2 days. Look at it, they formed their particular price model here. Break market structure, go back to this 5 minutes time frame very quickly. Very quickly at the top here. They break market structure again. Now let's go back and look which particular top is this. Look at it. It is this particular top, this particular 4-hour top that price respected. Price respected this particular 4-hour top. Can you see very quickly? Then they drop price. Now in dropping price, let's go back to the next day. Now this is the next day. This is the next day. Oh, 4. This is the next day. The same thing. They wanted to sell, so they will take price above the opening price in the 5 minutes time frame. They will take price above the opening price. This is the daily time frame, and we have, this is where the bar, yesterday bar closed, and this is the high of yesterday bar. So what did they do? 5 minutes. This is it. This is where yesterday bar closed. This is the yesterday bar closed. Now let's talk about this particular drop. Now they drop price to this place. They drop price to this place. Very quickly, they push price higher. Now this particular level is not respecting the day. It is actually respecting the 4 hours. This particular level is actually respecting the 4 hours. This is it here. Now, if you want to check this, of which we are not going to do, we will not even go lower. If you go to the 1 minute time frame, which should be the last part of the 1 minute 4-hour time frame. Around this zone. Now look at it in 1 minute time frame, very sharp. There's a divergence, very sharp. But we're not going to look at this one because it's actually respecting the 4 hours time frame. What are we going to be looking at now? Let's continue. I just want to tell us why price reversed from this point very sharply. Why price reversed from this point very sharply. Now they went back up from the 4 hours. They moved price back up. Remember, this is where they happened to form their 4 hour divergence. They moved price back up. In moving price back up, what did they do? They came back to that particular top again. They came back to that particular top again. But this time around, they went above it, higher. Above it. Now, if you look at it, going higher, they did not break market structure. So market structure is always there to guide you. It was not broken. But when they got to this point, this particular point, what did they do? They formed their divergence. Look at it. They formed their divergence. Let me use the MACD. Let's see on MACD also. They formed their, okay, RSI is better with RSI. They formed their divergence. Now, in forming their divergence, what did they do? They break market structure here at the end of 30 minutes close. This is it. They broke market structure at the end of 30 minutes close. And they push price lower. Now, still in pushing that same price lower again, the next day, which is this particular day, this is a range, though. This particular day, what did they do? This is our opening price. They took price below their opening price and the closing price of yesterday bar. That is what they do. Look at it below. This is our closing price. Don't forget. This is it. They form their divergence. They form their divergence. They broke market structure. Now they form their divergence. Yeah. At the end of what? 5 minutes, 30 minutes close. Where is it? Good. This is the particular bar. This is a clear breakout. They have a clear breakout of market structure. At the end of 5 minutes close. Now, what did they do? They came back to retest. They came back to retest. Reacting to this particular fair value gap or the other block region. They came back to retest. And in retesting, what did they do? They push price back up. Finally. Now, why they are still doing this? What did they do again? They are at the same time creating another cause. This market, they are actually creating another cause. And look at the cause they were creating. People were thinking that they are going to keep on buying, but they were actually creating another cause. Now, this is the cause they were creating. And this is our what? Our market structure level region. Now, what did they do? They actually carried price all through this place, down good around this place. And what did they do? At the end of the day, they broke market structure. Now, why did I sell? I did not sell based on this particular market structure. No, I sold because, remember in the whiteboard, I said we have the weekly time frame levels, and this was the weekly time frame levels here. At the end of the 15 minutes close, at the end of the weekly candle, the close of the weekly, this is our weekly bar. At the end of this weekly bar, first of all, this is a key level area. This is a key level area. This is a key level area.
Can't hear anything. No.
I'm not hearing anything.
No, sir, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
You can hear me now?
Yes, clearly.
All right, now good. Now, what did they do at the end of this week? At the end of the week, they took price to this top. Now, before we analyze the week, let us look at what did they do at the end of this week. They took price back to the top. They took price back to the top here. And what did they do in the 15 minutes time frame? They formed their what? Their divergence. They formed their divergence when they took price back to the top. Look at even from this place. They formed their divergence. And what did they do? They have a break in what? In the market structure at the end of that week. At the end of that week. Now, what did they do here now? If you look at it, even at the end of the day, they also have a what? A break in the market structure at the end of the day. A 1 hour time frame moving average. That's why if you look at where my stop loss is, my stop loss is what? Above the eye. Above this particular eye. Now, what am I expecting? I am expecting price to do what? To drop lower. Now, what will they do? When I realized this, I just went straight down to my 4 hours. To my 4 hours, yeah. At this particular point, that was why I took this trade. I took the trade here. I don't have time to come and be monitoring the chart. If not, I will have come and pick the trade around this place, around this top. But I don't have time to monitor it. That was why I just actually take my trade here and I put my stop loss here. And what do we have? We saw price dropping Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, doing all those things. Then it drops, clearing all the old low. Declare the low of the previous day, then drop, close around that region. Now, if you look at it from the 1 hour time frame, there's actually a divergence that has formed, a market structure level that has formed. And this is our ultimate market structure level now. This is our ultimate market structure level. Yeah. Now, in as much that price did not close above this place, I will keep on selling. Now, what will they do? They will actually come down here on the day. I'm not even making analysis for next week. They will come down here, touch this moving average. In touching the moving average, they will now bounce back up. Either they bounce back up, or what they will do, what they will actually form a course. They will form a course. They will form a course. In forming their course, what will they do? They will now push price down to continue the what? The trend. continue the what? The trend. Now, I can only close this trade when I have a break in the market structure. That is when I will close this trade. But in as much as I don't have a break in the market structure, I will keep on holding myself. I intend to hold this sell for like throughout the month. I intend to hold this sell for like throughout the month. Or when we have price here around this region, either here or we have it here finally. And that is why I took the Euro USD and Great Britain USD trade. Now the Euro USD, the same thing that happened to Great Britain USD. At the end of the 15 minutes time frame close last week, there was a divergence. There was a divergence. So what did I do? We have a close here, a break in the market structure, 1 hour. We have a closing, a break in the market structure, 1 hour. A break in the market structure, 1 hour. Then we push price lower. That's all. Just the same thing I did with Great Britain USD. I don't want to keep on talking and talking. Like I said, I actually took my trade from this particular point here. This particular point here. This is where I took my trade and I left it. And price drops. That was why I took my trade. Price drops. Price drop. From this, look at what happened. What will happen in Great Britain USD is what I want to happen here. And what is that thing? They will respect 1 hour market structure as they go down. They will respect 1 hour market structure. Look at it. They form their bigger course here. They retrace here. I'll tell you why we have this later on. But for now, they form this when we start doing MOFS. That's when we go deeper into all this. Go deeper into all this MOFS. Why we have this particular one here. Now, what did they do? At the forming of this, they did what? They drop price, close below it, then they drop. Very simple. Now, what I will just have to do to follow this trade off is to follow the 1 hour market structure. Follow the 1 hour market structure. That's what I will use to follow this trade. I'll follow the 1 hour market structure. Now, in getting to this particular point here, I still needed price to fall lower. I need price to fall lower. Now, at the end of this 15 minutes time frame, there was no break in market structure at all. There is no break in market structure. So if markets want to resume this week, what I will say is this. They are going to take price up. They will take price up. They might decide to take price up and drop to form their divergence. To form their divergence and a break in market structure. They will decide to form their divergence and a break in what? In market structure. They will form their divergence and a break in market structure. But in as much that this market structure is not broken, we keep onwards selling this pair. Now, USD-JPY. USD-JPY has a different model to others. Why? I already saw that price has broken out of market structure from the weekly. It has done the necessary retracement. Now, how did I take this trade? I went down to my intermediate time frame. Remember, I said something that we are not going to be looking at the daily, we are going to be looking at the 4 hours. And I noticed that in my intermediate time frame, we have 4 hour level acting as the main time frame. That is price as 4 hours as a what? All right, like I said, price, I just look, come to daily. I know that price is already going high. I said, okay, what is going to happen at this particular region? What is the main time frame? I realize it is 4 hour. That price need to break through 4 hour resistance. And this is where we have the 4 hour breakouts. This is where we have, actually it was there. I took the trade around there. Where we have the 4 hour breakouts. Now, in having the 4 hour breakout, what did I do? I said, okay, if we have the 4 hour breakout, we have to go down to the 30 minutes time frame divergence, moving average rather. But I did not take this trade based on the divergence. I took this trade based on what? A continuational divergence. And this is what it happens. This is it. Equal low. We have equal low at this point. But look at what divergence is giving me. It was so, this one came down. So I said, okay, if we're having these, definitely from the 5 minutes, sorry, that's why I picked it. Definitely, we are going to have a what? We are going to have a divergence around this zone. And we did have a divergence. We did have a divergence. We did have a divergence. Now, my entry was not from here. My entry was from here because immediately after the breakout, I entered. I did not even bother to check if divergence is. I did not care about this retracement. I did not care about this retracement. Now, if you add our daily model to this place, you will notice that it worked out here. They formed the what? A divergence. A daily model. They formed the divergence. From the divergence, they break through market structure, yeah. Breaking through market structure, yeah. They did what? They drop. At the end of the 30 minutes time frame, they drop. That's the same thing, the daily model. Now, I did not bother about this. Then I took this trade. When price went higher, drop. Then it went up again. That's how it is. Why I took the trade. Now, what am I expecting? I'm actually expecting it to go higher. Now, remember, this is not going to be the key level region where I'll be looking out for. The key level region I'll be looking out for is this particular top here. That is the key level region I'll be looking out for. This particular top here. There's no divergence yet. There's no divergence yet. There's no divergence yet. Even if they want to take this as a divergence, there's no break in market structure yet. So price is still going to go higher for me. I want to see a higher price tomorrow for the week. At least a move back to this top. A move back to this top. Now, if price now go back to this top, what they will now do is what? They will now form their what? Their divergence. If at all they want to push price further down, if at all they are willing to push price downward, they will not do what? Something like this. But if they are not going to push price further down, we'll have a breakout here. Then we know that for the next ending of the month, USDJPY is going to go back to touch this top. If we have a re-breakout from this particular zone, or we can say USDJPY will continue to do what? Continue to go bullish. Maybe let's say now to now go and target this particular top. That's for USDJPY. Now, odd USD. Why did I take odd USD? Still the same reason. There's a 15 minutes time frame market structure, a course in the 15 minutes time frame. Look at it. That was why I took the trade. This was the break in market structure here. And I took my trade. The 15 minutes time frame did not load, but let me just make use of this particular one. I took my trade. I need the charts to load. Now you can look at this. I need it to load. This is exactly where I took my entry from. Like I said, yeah. I took my entry here. I did not even bother to wait for what? This retracement. If I want to take this retracement from the 5 minutes time frame, I can. Why? Using the daily daily model. Price went higher, but I did not even bother to do it at all. Because what I wanted is what? A sell. And I've seen that particular top. I've seen the cost. I know it's going to push lower more. I know it's going to push lower more. And that's why I entered the trade. The same way I took Euro USD and Great Britain USD. That's what I did here. They are majors. They move around. They move the same way. Even this even a, let's say, what are they calling it? Head and shoulder pattern. But even aside that, we actually have price touching our what? Get to our moving average in 1 hour in daily time frame. In getting to our moving average in daily time frame, what did it do? This top here, it formed divergence. That means our RSI to spot that. Yeah, it formed a divergence from this spot. It formed divergence in 1 hour. It formed divergence in 1 hour. And it formed that divergence. What did it do? At the end of the week, do we have, yes, we have a close in market structure. We have a close in the market. This is the market structure region here. And we have a daily close. So we expect price to push lower. We expect price to push lower. But before pushing lower, it's going to go back up, respecting the market structure. Go back up, then do a drop. Don't forget, like I said, it's going to respect market structure. It's going to respect market structure. And this is our market structure region here. Hope I'm talking to people, Sha. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I thought I was talking to myself. Now it's going to respect market structure, then it keeps on going downward. Now, why did I take grab it? Odd card. Odd card too, the same thing. Odd card gave me what? A breakout signal from the daily time, monthly time frame at the end of the month. Look at it. It break out from this particular low. This particular low here. This particular low here. This was the breakout. Now, if I want to call this breaking out from this particular low, I know that the next thing is what? A more lower price. Price might drop down to this point, or price might drop down to this point, or price might drop down to this point. Anywhere it wants, but I know that it's going to go deeper. So what did I do? I waited for a retracement back to our what? Our daily time frame moving average. This is the daily time frame moving average. In line with a confluence. Remember I said the confluence is when the moving average and the other block are in together. They form a particular level together. This is the other block region. This is the confluence. What did I do? Breakout Taiwan. I moved down to the 1 hour moving average structure, 1 hour time frame. And what did I do? I saw my divergence. I spot my divergence in price. Okay, that is okay. That's why I said, okay, let me take this trade. Because the divergence is already there. Then we have what? A breakout in market structure. Now, I'm not supposed to enter this trade because there is no break in the market structure in 1 hour. I'm supposed to wait for the end of this day. That is the end of Friday to take this trade. But I did not wait at all. Why didn't I wait? First of all, there was a volume signal I saw that made me, I did not wait. Now, second of each all, I scaled down back to, remember our entry time frame in the breakout style 1 region. There was a break in the market structure in 15 minutes. We have a 15 minutes break in market structure. This is it. This is the divergence. 15 minutes. This is divergence. This is our market structure region. This is our market structure region. Yeah. This happens to be the market structure region. And what did price do? We have a breakout in the end of the day. At the end of 1 hour time frame, there was a breakout. At the end of 1 hour time frame, there was a breakout. This is the breakout by 1 hour time frame. Can you see? That was why I decided to enter the trade here. I just entered my trade because I already see that, okay, we have a 15 minute breakout that is confirmed. Then the price went down to the 1 hour time frame, went up, then it drops. You get the point? Now, if I want to trade this particular trade from next week, what would I do? Already I know that we have a breakout from this particular point here. Price breakout from this particular opposition bar. Is there a breakout on a daily? Okay, yes, there is. There is. So what am I waiting for? I'm actually waiting for a breakout style 2. Either I wait for a total breakout from this zone. Yeah. I wait for price to break out this particular point. When I have a breakout here at the end of 4 hour, because this is a 4 hour time frame, a breakout here, then I will join the sell. A retest, then I will join the sell. Or I have what? A retest back up to this point. Or a move back up to the 4 hour moving average level. But remember, what will make me exit this trade is then we have a creation of another cause. And that is if they break market structure at the end of the day on 1 hour. Very simple. Now, this is Great Britain odd. If I'm to trade Great Britain odd, this is Great Britain odd. It came back to this point. If I'm to trade Great Britain odd at the next week, remember in our analysis, we said that we want Great Britain odd to touch what? This particular weekly time frame, daily time frame moving average, before GBP will now take price back up because we have a monthly breakout. So what will I do here? I'm going to come down to the 5 minutes time frame. Already we have what's this? Is there a breakout? 5 minutes time frame. We have our course, creation of course. Yes. We have a break in the 5 minutes time frame market structure. Good. At the end of 30 minutes, is there a break? Good. At the end of 30 minutes, there was a break. So what am I expecting from Great Britain odd? Look at what I'm expecting from Great Britain odd. I'm expecting this 3 times in 5 minutes time frame. I'll be expecting something like this. This is what I'll be expecting before they will not drop price. This is what I'm expecting on Great Britain odd. My stop loss will be around here. This will be my stop loss region. They've created the eye already. My stop loss will be around here.
Sorry, why 3 times? Is it for combination?
Yeah, 3 times consolidation. They will consolidate 3 times. Then they will drop. This is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting something like this. They consolidate 3 times. Look at it at this particular order block region. That's where I put the resistance. Consolidate 3 times. So I might just come here and put a pending order. And my stop loss will be 7 pips or so. Then I'll just let price roll.
Hello.
I can hear you, sir.
Consolidate 3 times. Why not 2 or 1?
Good. I love that question. Why not 2 or 1? Let's see if he's going to do 3 times tomorrow on Monday. If you do 3 times on Monday, fine. If you do 2 times on Monday, fine. But I want you to do 3 times. So after that, we'll now discuss why it is 3 times on MOFS.
Okay.
Yes.
Is
You
it
said it
okay?
with confidence now.
Yeah.
The confidence you say, the way you said it with confidence is you are sure that to do 3 times.
Yeah, I say you can't. This is the market. The market does what you want to do. But what I know is it will consolidate
No.
for 3 times. It will consolidate for 3 times. I'll show you. Let me show you an example. The same reason why, look at it. The same reason why Euro USD consolidated for 3 times. 1, 2. Are you seeing it?
Yes.
3. At this other block region. It's the same reason why I say to consolidate for 3 times. The same reason why Great Britain USD good. The same reason why Great Britain USD actually consolidated also. We have the consolidation. Okay, this it did not consolidate. It did not consolidate. Where's the other place? It's odd USD. Is it odd USD? Odd USD too did not consolidate. Well, just know that the same reason. Okay, let's see. Yeah, let's sleep for the consolidation. Consolidation is around here. Three times consolidation. Good. The same reason why we have this. One, drop. 2, drop. 3, and drop. Are you seeing it? So, like I said, the same reason why we have the same reason why we have this doing that. Euro USD forming 3 times. That is why we have this one also. The same reason. The same reason. There is no difference. The same reason. Any other question?
Yes, I have a question.
You said?
Yes, sir.
The daily price model.
I can't hear you.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I said the daily price model is it used for trading consolidation solo or to trade used to take do an intraday trading
It's
just within the day.
intraday trading within the day.
Okay, okay. So when we are not using the daily price model, we are using the breakout strategy.
You are using the breakout strategy. You are using. I'm just showing you their model. So anyone you wake up and you want to, you can just take the trade. You get the point.
Okay, okay. That means if we are analyzing from top down, like from weekly downward, we can like switch in between the two.
If you are analyzing from weekly downward, you can actually use the weekly model, which they will start from